dynamite. With just a spark I'd come alive. I don't wanna live in fear, no, I won't waste another year. Oh, it's last time, the last time. Never go back across the line. I defy it, I deny it, strike and light it. I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite, 'cause they cannot move me. I know what I'm feeling. Whoa, get back when I ignite, setting the world on fire, city burning brighter, setting the world on fire. Get back when I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite. A hostage, exhausted. I'm riding on a razor's edge. The countdown begins now. This fire inside is burning out. I don't wanna live in fear, no. Detonated, stand clear. Oh, I defy it, I deny it, strike and light it. I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite, 'cause they cannot move me. I know what I'm feeling. Whoa, get back when I ignite, setting the world on fire, city burning brighter, setting the world on fire. Get back when I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite. Detonate and stand clear. Detonate and stand clear. I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite, 'cause they cannot move me. I know what I'm feeling. Whoa, get back when I ignite, setting the world on fire, city burning brighter, setting the world on fire. Get back when I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite. Get back when I ignite. It's past time, it's past time. I take control, I'm cutting wires. Fight or flight, dynamite. With just a spark I'd come alive. I don't wanna live in fear, no, I won't waste another year. Oh, it's last time, the last time. Never go
0 seconds. Off your fuel.
Good evening, race fans. Welcome to CRN's live coverage of the Core O'Reilly Series presented by SimRaces.com. We are here at the season finale and the beautiful Michigan International Speedway, and your eyes do not deceive you. Our co-commentator here in the booth, Jimmy Covert, out there having a little fun with the boys, at least in the heat race here. He's not going to be taking part in the final race here, probably to a good thing because he is leading right now here in the heat race before the race kicks off here tonight. But should be a pretty good one out here. A little over 20 drivers set to go, and if you got here before I started talking, you got to see those point standings, and oh boy, are the point standings looking mighty tasty for the Platinum and the Bronze division. Only 4 points separating Chris Gilbert and Aaron Edwards for the Platinum division, and then 4 points separating Luis Orduna and Terry Jansen for the Bronze division. And to give you an idea, that is a difference of 2 spots on the track. Now, not bringing in any kind of bonus points or anything like that into play, but very, very tight for those two. Also, only 22 points separating Jason Chrisman from Michael Rakes in the Silver division as well. So definitely mathematical possibility there as well. But I think the outlier in all that, and something you may not see or you may not have noticed, Joey Cruz has got 401 points in the Gold division. He's leading by 43. He's got it locked up for the Gold division championship, but he is only 6 points behind the overall points lead of Chris Gilbert. So Joey Cruz in the Gold has already got his championship locked up, and not really necessarily racing for anything, but kind of is. He's got a chance to win the overall points championship here and upset the drivers there in the Platinum division. So definitely going to keep an eye on that one for sure. Carl Lambert's joined in the booth by heat winner Jimmy Covert. Jimmy, how's the car feeling out there, buddy?
That's beautiful, Carl. It's Michigan. You gotta show these boys how it's done. Get out here and the booth guys can drive every now and then. So it's definitely a lot of fun. I kind of had an idea that we weren't gonna make it on fuel, and I figured I'd take 2 tires and like Jim just said, make them all look silly here today. So Ricky's gonna second guess his driving abilities here. Maybe after this one, maybe I'll help him in the race. But we're gonna finish this one up here. It was fun. Got the chance, like I said, there's only a couple people out there instead of just that one person kind of running laps by themselves. So kind of glad I got a chance to get out there, put the 14 on the track where it does belong, but it's only for rare occasions.
Well, technically qualified yourself in 21st, but the actual qualifying order getting put up on the screen for you right now, or at least it was. It decided to pop off of there for a second, but there we go. Starting grid now popping up for you. Jacob Krub is going to be on the pole. Matthew Seeger up there with him. Aaron Edwards, the challenger there for Chris Gilbert, puts it into 3rd position. Gilbert back there in 8th, so definitely keep an eye on that. But how about Terry Jansen out-qualifying the Platinum points overall leader right now in 7th place. So the 00 looking pretty good here tonight. I know he put in a lot of work, really trying to finally lock down a championship for the 00. Luis Orduna starting way back there in 19th, but it's 100 laps on that tap here tonight. It is the longest race of the season, and a lot riding on the line here to finish it out. We do have an invader here tonight as well, and a driver certainly we watched a lot last season, and that's a 55 of Tyler Skozen out there tonight, looking to play a little upset. Maybe going to help Joey Cruz out there as well. Cruz qualified up there in 4th position, so a lot of the heavy hitters up there towards the front of the field, and we'll see how they do out here tonight. But Jimmy, I don't want to say it's it's technically a long race here for the drivers. They're used to being out here for roughly about a 45-minute race. A little bit longer here tonight with it being 100 miles. Typically they probably run about maybe 60 to 80 laps here, but here tonight they're going 100, so it kind of maybe amps up the pressure a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the final race, obviously, before the end of the season, before they start everything over. There is a lot on the line for a few of them, so tension could be high. Obviously, new format, no fast repairs. There's a lot of time to kind of stay out there. I will say that after about 15 laps, if you drive the car too heavy, your front right will be burnt off. And you'll start pushing towards the wall, especially coming out of 3 and 4. It's not too, it gets really tight. But 2, if you take it correctly and let the car do what it's supposed to do, she'll glide right around for you. But it should be a good one here, Carl. They just need to be patient. It is a little bit longer race. You can't win it in lap 1. You don't have any fast repairs. You're going to have multiple pit stops. It's right around that 20-ish, 21 laps for fuel. We'll see if anybody does some fuel saving. There's a bunch of different strategies that can be used here. 2 tires can work. Fuel strategy can work. But we're off to green, Carl, as Jacob Grube leads them down the way.
And already 3 wide as Aaron Edwards down to the inside, looking to go 3rd to 1st, and he's going to do so in turn number 1, not wasting any time. And man, Jimmy, this is what we love about Michigan. Just cars all over the track. 3, 4, call it 17 different lines. And we got one driver not exactly going the preferred line on the backstretch. Your pole sitter, Jacob Grube, heavy impact. And it's going to bring out our first caution here of the night. We'll take a look at what happened as he had to tow it back to pit lane. Only got onto the backstretch before we seen it. But here it is, and a bump gone wrong. And the 188 gets sent hard into the inside wall and blown up for that one. So rough one there for Jacob Grube, and hopefully he'll maybe get some more yellows if he stays in the race here, and can get himself back into it. But actually, no, never mind. I forgot. No fast repairs. So unfortunately, that may be the night here for Jacob Grube already. And man, start on the pole, not the way you want to end the season here for sure. But Aaron Edwards, a heck of a start. And while we got some time, we'll go ahead and take a look at that start again here from on board here from Aaron Edwards, as he just got a fantastic start here. And looks like maybe just got up through the gears a little bit better than Grube. Jumps down to the inside. Takes it 3 wide. And, of course, you're not fully up to speed that first time through turn number 1. So he was able to drive right on by, right on through. And you see Grube just falling back there. And a heck of a save from Matthew Seeger coming off the corner. And right about now is where you're going to see, unfortunately, Jacob Grube gets sent down to the inside. Bring out that first yellow of the night. But we will get you back live here, and we do have plenty of takers into the pits here, Jimmy. Very interesting. Yeah. I mean, I know you said it's a little wonky here in fuel tonight, so you never know. You never know when the the race all of a sudden just goes green all the way through. I mean, we've seen it. What was it? Last night. I think it was the night before, where you have to kind of take a guess on the pit stops and when you want to take that last set of tires, when you think the field is going to go green the rest of the way, and you never know, it could go green from lap 2 all the way out. So
last night was green.
Yeah, so we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, it's not a bad call. It's super early, and three laps don't sound like a lot, but if you're getting 21 laps, a tank. And to slap a couple more laps in there, you just might stretch this one out here to 25. It could be the means, to kind of get in there and even take a fast, not a fast repair, but just a splash and dash. It really kind of depends on what you're looking for to get done here tonight. And strategy is huge at Michigan. Tires are huge at Michigan. But I can see them topping off of fuel, especially this early in the race. You want to be taking your time, kind of conserving your materials, tires and fuel and everything that's going on. And, when you're done, give yourself a chance to get out there and get a great finish here tonight to possibly walk away either the overall champion, division champion, whatever it may be here at for Core O'Reilly Series. It's been an interesting season, Carl, with the ups and downs, a lot of downs early on. but they have turned it around, and you know, it's been good racing, almost at a point where, you know, it's kind of, you know, they're looking for drivers to just kind of come out here each week and to, you know, fill the field to get that 30 minimum that we kind of we're looking for. And you know, a lot of drivers maybe persuade, you know, or, you know, like, oh, I can't wreck the car at all. So I think a lot of things have changed, and I think for the better. I think the smaller fields have definitely brought up some of the competition, and allowed some of these drivers to kind of get these races green a lot longer, and less mistakes.
Well, it looks like the second row to start the race is now the front row, because Aaron Edwards is restarting in first. Joey Cruz up there in second. Gotta catch back up to the field here a little bit, as the Sim Shop boys going to line up on that inside line as the field tightens up now. But keep an eye on that 451, that other orange and black car right behind him. Chris Gilbert already up 3 spots, looking to try and get to the front. He's trying to hold on to that points lead for just one more race, because, well, after tonight, season is over. The field is back to green. We're racing here again at Michigan.
And this is one of those tracks, it's kind of weird. Draft does work here. It's not super strong, but it can help you save some fuel. But you got to be careful because of the air. Now, when I was in the car, I was getting some high water temp warnings from Jim, and I don't know if it's just because it was a little bit lower or what, but I'm hoping we don't see blown motors here tonight.
Yeah, typically because of all the you know, the lines that they can run through the corners, you get at least a little bit of time for your car to breathe and get some fresh air on that car, and it shouldn't be as bad. But yeah, you never know when it kind of pops up. And looks like Seeger was able to get on by Cruz for second place. Gilbert up to fourth right now, looking to try and go to the inside with that Kubota 451 to get himself into third. But Joey Cruz right now hanging on to it. And again, Cruz already locks up the gold division by just pretty much starting here tonight. But he's got maybe aspirations of taking the overall championship, and what a story that would be, and you know, how far he's come through the series. And we've talked about it many times, and I know Jimmy's got to the point where he kind of roots for him week in and week out for what he's done to kind of change his race style, his driving style, and it's gotten to the point where he's up here fighting with the big boys, and not just week in and week out, but consistently, and doing it to the point where he's only 6 points off of the overall points heading into the final race. So good on the 28 here tonight. We'll take a look back here, because Terry Jansen was one of the drivers that came in to the pits on that first stop. Luis Orduna did not, so Orduna now has got the 3 up 9 spots into 10th place, and Terry Jansen is the one that is now in the back there in 20th position. You see him almost 3 wide behind Luis Orduna, and we've seen almost 4 wide early on here in the race as well. Damn it, Jimmy, I love me some Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan's always a great track, and you know, obviously, you're watching a lot of drivers run some the multiple lines is what it is, Carl. And the thing is, you know, one line can be faster than other in different areas, and you know, you might lose a lap or not a lap, but lose a little bit of time running a different line, but it could be so much beneficial to like your tires or your fuel. Just the way the car feels going through the corner. You can be nice and easy with your throttle, save as much fuel as possible. It was kind of interesting. Obviously, I was driving around, and the lower lines, I could feel the tires scrubbing. And matter of fact, the bottom, right there in turn 1, the first seam, it is so rough that I could feel it through the wheel. And I know when I had the tire over it, and it felt kind of funny. So each of those lines, you know, do provide some sort of grip sometimes, and if you can run on them, you can find yourself with just a little bit of extra grip, and find yourself helping turn that vehicle. And it's kind of weird because you don't think it would matter, but every single groove and bump and anything on this track was laser scanned, and iRacing's done a superb job of just kind of providing, you know, the realism that drivers are kind of looking for. I mean, nobody, well, I can't say nobody. Very few people that race here in iRacing, you know, can afford to run a car each and every week. And it's for in real life, you know, all the money it takes, the sponsors, the political stuff, all the political stuff here is just within a small family Discord, and we're able to hash things out, hold people responsible, and try to clean things up to provide a good environment for the drivers. It's just one of those things that's just awesome. It's just awesome to do. Like I said, tonight I thought about the one-off race. I was like, well, we usually don't let people run in like one-off races typically on especially the final race. That's why I'm not out there right now. I don't want to impede or hinder anybody's chances on a good finish, or take a point away from maybe one of the bronze drivers that they could have won. So that's not me. I just wanted to get out there and have a little fun. I was able to do that, and it felt great to kind of get out there on the track and know that I can still drive without wrecking the car for at least 25 laps. So I got that going, I guess, for me, especially at Michigan.
Well, one thing that Ethan Winters has got going for him is he drove from the back to the front. He was one of the cars that did come into the pits under that first caution, and he took tires. As the drivers do have unlimited tires here, he has driven through the field. Looks like Aaron Edwards had some issues there, and for a brief second there, Seeger had the lead, but now going to give it back up here. Not sure what is going on. Maybe it was the blinking there. Aaron Edwards having some major blinking, but we are going to have a yellow. Trying to see what happened here. See Truskowski blinking out. I'm wondering if that's what brought out the yellow here. We'll try and take a look back.
I don't know. I don't even know what it would have been. Oh, there's somebody off down there, but what's going on, iRacing?
Keep an eye on Truskowski here, but the yellow just came out right there. Ricky's towards the back, so we'll try. We're trying to dissect this and try and figure out exactly what happened here.
I don't.
Oh,
I'm
right there. Contact between
there it is.
One of the drivers battling it for the Bronze Division Championship, and that was a 0-0 of Terry Jansen getting into Ricky Renner on the backstretch. Going to spin him out. Going to bring in another caution here on lap number 12 now. Definitely 12 laps in here, Jimmy. Got to come in and get some freshies.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Unlimited tires, yeah, I'm coming in. I'm getting tires. I'm getting fuel. I'm getting everything. If you don't, you're silly. We'll put it that way. It's I guess the one perk of the series right now is unlimited tires. And if you can come in and get them, they have been out there way too long in order not to take them. 14 laps, the tires they're at their point, and I'll just give you, for instance, I didn't feel I was driving that hard, and my front right tire was down to 80%. So I was really burning it up a lot harder. And I said when I was serious when I said I can't save that front right tire, and if it wasn't for a short race, then I've tried the full length races with the UCRL, and definitely was a challenge for me. I don't know how many times I got yelled at by iRacing that my tire was low. Never got a black flag for it, but definitely got yelled at for just burning out. And obviously be able to go out there, you qualify, but you can't run the race like you do a qualifying lap. It doesn't work, and that's why you see some drivers, they don't qualify so well, and they find themselves mid-pack, and then they have to drive their way to the front on a more of a race pace, ease thing. But it looks like we're going to have a new winner off the pit road here with Joey Cruz over Aaron Edwards.
No, Jimmy, you want to talk about getting yelled at? I'm not sure if he's got a spotter here for him tonight, or maybe the spotter made the call to stay out, but the 28 does not come into the pits here, and because of the because of the unlimited tires, I wonder about this. I question this call right here 100%. I mean, it's not like he was going to give up track position. He was up there in the top 5 here. I wonder what the decision is here, because we've seen Ethan Winters work from the back to the front on 2 lap newer tires than everybody else. It wasn't like it was 5, it wasn't 7. It was 2 lap newer tires. Now these drivers are going to have 13 lap newer tires than the 28s. I question this call big time.
Yeah, he's gonna fall like a rock, and a heed warning to if you're a sim racer out there right now in this race, the 28's gonna be a little bit slow. It's I think they even out around 5 or 6 laps because of how fast they burn up, but you do lose a lot of time. So if you get out there and you push the car, you warm up your tires, and then you come around and you warm up you wind your car up, you warm up your tires, and then you set your lap here at Michigan. That's what seemed to have worked best for me. Like today when I got in the car after work, I ran a few laps and noticed that my fastest lap would be my 3rd lap. And that was beating the heck out of the car and pushing it to its limits where, to the point where the rear end would be stepping out. So he's got to be careful here on the restart, but he's going to bring him down nevertheless. He's made the bed, so he's got to live with it. Hopefully a caution comes out and he can regroup, but Joey Cruz is going to start them here as they come down to the start finish restart zone, and Barney waved that flag and away we go. Does look like he gives a decent start, so that's a good start so far there for Joey, but he's going to get eaten up here quickly.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to survive through turn 1 here, and already the 74 of Seeger goes to the inside, the 65 of Aaron Edwards going to the outside, already back to 3rd and 1 corner. And yeah, like you said, that the bet is made right now, but hey, I mean, maybe another quick caution as the 2 of the sim shop drivers going after it here. Certainly Edwards a lot more to drive for here tonight than his compatriots, but driving a little bit too hard through turn 3 and 4. He did save it. Seeger's going to go to the lead, and man, some good battling back here as well. Definitely want to give a shout out, a nice new paint scheme on the 55 here of Zane Bierman, as he's got the Kim's Cups and more number 55 here for the finale. Good looking paint scheme right there with the colors, and gonna have some of the colors scratched off on the outside, but either way, a nice new paint scheme for him. I thought I'd seen somebody else out there with a new paint scheme. I'll have to keep searching around here, but clearly 55 looking pretty good. Maybe the one getting held up behind the 28 here through turns 3 and 4, and good save there as Bierman just keeps it off the wall. He's moving himself up into 6th position as Cruz tries to battle as much as he can. And eventually, Jimmy, the tires will even out. But how far back is Cruz going to fall until that happens?
Yeah, it's like I said, it's about 5 laps, Carl. So before they really kind of mellow out, and you can really make a lot of ground here. I mean, you've just seen kind of, when I went in there, I short pit on Ricky to try to get some time. I ended up sliding through the box. So there was another added 1.5 seconds before I got it repositioned. And
what a save by Noble.
I was able to regain the 1/2 second lead he had on me at the time I slid through the box and pull out the 5 seconds before he started catching me again. So it's that big. It's that important. Tires are huge here, and those few laps you can make up so much time, but then it will mellow out. It'll be a slower bleed after about 4 or 5 laps. So and if you get back in there, you're a faster driver, you might settle in here midfield. It does look like Joey Cruz right now about midfield, P13. So some of these drivers back here trying to get around them. But you got the Sim Shop boys up front there. Black and orange represent here tonight, and some close racing there between the 65 and 74. And the teammates are not, Carl. These drivers have been a pretty good addition, and they've been putting battles on the track each week and giving the other drivers something to kind of chase here. And but I don't even know how much they work together.
Listen, if they didn't have the same damn paint scheme, I'd say hell no, they're not teammates. The way they race around each other, they don't mind going to battle. I mean, they give each other room, which is a good thing. But I wonder about the connections is the question. We've seen Aaron Edwards blink out quite a few times. Just seeing Ethan Winters blinking out there. The 451, Chris Gilbert, maybe get some help right here from Billy Rickett as they try to go to the outside, as Gilbert's trying to work his way to the front of this field. Again, comes in as your points leader over Aaron Edwards. Really needs to get up there and start challenging for the lead. He's gotten around Ethan Winters now. Rickett's going to have to settle back in here Zane Bierman's going to end up falling back in line in 6th place. About a little bit of a breakaway here as the top 6 now ahead of 7th place Joe Sullivan by about 0.8 of a second, but only a fifth away through this race. We still got another 80 laps to go here tonight. Aaron Edwards leads the way. Matthew Seeger, Chris Gilbert, Ethan Winters, Billy Rickett for your top 5 again. Keeping an eye on Edwards and Gilbert. They're battling for that Platinum division. And then you got Luis Orduna right now in 14th. Terry Jansen in 20th. They're battling for the Bronze Division Championship.
Yeah, I got the your colors up on the screen now, so obviously it's good to see some of those drivers, in those positions, and Orduna obviously trying to get a good battle here. He's currently sitting in 14th, and like you said, Terry Jansen was his competitor down 13 spots at P number 20th, so kind of moved around there just a little bit, so. He was involved there with Ricky Renner, so how much damage is done on that 00, and can he kind of survive here tonight in order to not let Orduna take over that spot?
So far, so good. Nice little run here after they had the last caution on lap number 12. And I got a good little 10-lap run. Hopefully they've kind of gotten the cobwebs off here, but I don't think that the racing is anywhere close to being done. There's still a lot of good battles here. Take a look back as battle between Luis Orduna in the 3 and the 19 of Jason LePan. This is back here in 13th and 14th. But yeah, it should be just a few more laps here, I think, for Joey Cruz before he's got to bring that number 28 in. Granted, he had a few laps under caution that he could probably save a little bit, but Cruz is going to have to come in here pretty soon. Ricky Renner came into the pits on lap number 18, and I haven't seen him back out yet, so he may be maybe he's still licking his wounds from getting just absolutely smashed by Jimmy in the last LCQ of the year. And he's still a little butthurt about it. Maybe that's what it is. But it looks like he is maybe going to settle for 22nd position here tonight, unfortunately. But right now, it is again Edwards leading the way over Gilbert now. So we do have our 2 Platinum Division competitors, 1 and 2. Question is, who's going to finish out of who? As the finishes right now, not knowing what the bonus points are looking at right now, but if you take bonus points out of the way, it would still be Gilbert winning the championship by 2 points. So that's how big it is. Every position, 2 points here in the Core O'Reilly series. So right now Gilbert comes in with a 4-point lead. So I think if he just sticks with Edwards this entire time, maybe it's enough to get him the championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to see close battles, and obviously now Joey Cruz coming in and got that gold kind of on lockdown there. But this obviously I think the pit strategy call, and he's going to come out. Hopefully he's able to come out before the leaders, but he was kind of mid-pack, Carl. I think he's going to go a lap down.
Yeah, I think so too. Now, obviously, once the entire pit cycle goes through here one more time, he'll be back on the lead lap, but that's not going to be for another 10 laps. So you got to survive, and if another caution doesn't come out. I mean, I guess if a caution comes out, it's not necessarily the worst thing because he'll get the lucky dog. As it stands right now, he's got to make sure he stays ahead of Truskowski to make sure he stays in that lucky dog position. But watching a pretty good battle here between the 55 of Bierman and the 1 of Joe Sullivan, and now throw in the 55 of Tyler Skosen. Heck of a run from the outside, goes 3 wide to the inside, and now even the 51 of Jake Lesh looking to get his nose up there into the business. You have 4 cars under a blanket. This is for 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th on the track, almost 3 wide off the corner. And don't blink now, because now even Colin Flickinger wants to get in this mix as well.
Yeah, it's you kind of get, sometimes you just kind of get up there, and maybe Sullivan's starting to think about fuel a little bit. You can't save here at Michigan. It's you lose a little bit of time, but they're kind of in that realm now where the times are right around 41 seconds. They're about 2 seconds off pace right now, Carl. So that's the difference in tires from the last time they pit. So we're on lap 28. They're on lap 13. or they come in on lap 13. So 15 laps later, 2 seconds. So you should see some major speed there by Cruz. I wouldn't even doubt if he gets a huge jump or finds himself, back up in the lead there. And if he's lucky, this will stay green. Everybody will get a chance to pit, and then he'll either catch a caution and get back on the same pit cycle, or continue to run his way out. I mean, this race is long enough now. It's just kind of, when are they going to find their way to, take those pit stops, and because we had those couple cautions here early on.
Want to shout out everyone out there in Sierra Nation for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Definitely shout out to everyone watching out there tonight. I see we had Adela out there rooting on Luisa Arduna, looking to try and get that championship. Michael Rakes obviously out there driving and maybe tuning in at the same time as well. El Delop out there rooting on both Billy Rickett and Travis Noble, as Noble had a heck of a save earlier on in the race here. Barry out there looks like he's going with Joe Sullivan here tonight, and Joe's on the screen right now having a pretty good time. And Mike loving that new paint scheme on Zane. Yeah, I definitely like that as well. And shout out to Kim's Cups and More, one of the sponsors here for all of us CRN. They do a lot for CRN. They're doing big time for the CRN Cup coming up this Sunday as well. Make sure you tune into that one, as we got a lot of drivers right now. I think just over 55 drivers signed up for the race that's coming up on Sunday. And if you haven't got yourself in there, if you're one of the drivers here in one of the leagues, make sure you do so. Get in your league, get that thing signed up, and represent your league and see if you can bring home the cup with the team. Shout out to Richie Bradshaw watching Chase LePan make some moves earlier on in the race. We'll get him a little TV time back here in 13th position. And hopefully everything all good to go there. You definitely hate to hear any kind of damage at the home. I had to deal with some electrical issues here today that cost me a little over $500, but we won't talk about that. That was a little hard piece. But hey, that's why I got some extra money from
$500 and then find out that your house was burning down, buddy.
Yeah, there's that. So I got that going for me. The house is still all standing. So there is that.
Always a positive.
Yep, exactly. Richie, definitely miss you out there. Well, hopefully everything works out good for you. We'll maybe see you this weekend, or maybe see you next season here in the O'Reilly series, or maybe a different series if the drivers decide they want to get into something else here. But either way, I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in. I want to thank our sponsors again for the series, simraces.com, and as we previously mentioned, Kim's Cups and More. Check them out on Facebook, Kim's Cups with a K and More on Facebook. But we got a new leader at the front, Jimmy. The 39 of Ethan Winters has worked his way to the front. Aaron Edwards slips back to second. Matthew Seeger, Zane Bierman, and Billy Rickett for your top five. Chris Gilbert, maybe he used up those tires a little bit. Maybe he made a mistake. Not sure what happened, but he is now back officially. Jimmy, I think this is the battlefield right here. As man, we got a ton of cars on top of each other. You even got Joey Cruz up here in the mix, trying to get his lap back the hard way.
Yeah, and he's in the lucky dog spot. He's in a good spot right now. If a caution were to come out, you'd have to drive all the way back to the field. He'd have better pan out if they all make a stop and then they cause a caution, because he'd probably be up towards the front quite a bit here. But he's got them newer tires, and you can kind of see how well the car is able to kind of go where he wants it to go. But he's already out there for almost 10 laps though. So we'll see the change, and he'll be back up towards in the front there. But it's definitely going to be an off-cycle type of night for Joey, and he's going to have to play his cards correctly in order to get a great finish here. Possibly try to get the overall win here, but that's his challenge, here tonight. And obviously made it a little tougher for himself there with maybe a missed call to take the pits. But you can see the car starting to come out of the corner, and the rear end will get a little loose. Trying to get on the accelerator, trying to put that speed down. But Joey Cruz does get by everybody. Now he's going to start pulling away. And these drivers are just trying to hang on here. As the car is starting to tighten up, the tires are starting to go, and does look like Billy Rickett's going to bring this thing down here. Get a nice stop here, try to not Get down in there, a little slide.
Zane
of
Bierman,
action there
nothing
from
to see here.
Zane.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Just
Little
nice,
smoke, little
nice
smoke,
easy
little
stop.
smoke.
I don't see no black flags, so yeah, that's just hard, aggressive driving, and that's what it takes. You got to be on the limit coming into
Oh, it was
the
definitely
pits.
not hard. You don't know how long it was since I've done a green flag pit stop. Obviously, you see me kind of slide through the pit box, and I was like, dang it.
Well, at least you got a little bit
sucks.
easier one here at Michigan for getting in and out. Definitely not the toughest one to get in and out
No.
of here. But you can be very aggressive coming in. Now we'll see the 39 and looks like the 65 coming in, the 451, and the 55 also coming into the pits and getting in there. All four of them pretty aggressively. Michael Rakes also in the pits, as is Luisa Orduna. And Orduna having a pretty good race here. Again, started towards the back of the pack with Terry Jansen starting towards the front, but Orduna doing exactly what he needs to do here on championship night. Matthew Seeger still staying out there in the 74 for at least another lap. We're well into another round of pit stops, and this very well could put Joey Cruz to the front of this field or thereabouts, because looks like Zane Bierman in and out, and a fantastic pit stop here for Zane Bierman, because electing for 2 tires, it's going to get that 55, I believe, to the front of this field. Cruz is right behind him, but Cruz he's got 4 tires, but he's got 10 lap older tires. Matthew Seeger is now going to bring the 74 down into pit lane, and we'll see if that is going to sacrifice the lead for him. And I mean, you know, going off strategy, going off cycle for Joey Cruz, it may look unorthodox right now, but in the end, it may end up being the right call. You never know how everything plays out through the end. It seems like the field is in a good groove, a good rhythm right now. We've got, you know, about 20, 25 laps now, straight green flag racing. It's what you like to see here, and especially for the likes of Zane Bierman, Joey Cruz, as they are now 1 and 2 on the racetrack. Ethan Winters has got 4 freshies on, and he's already hunting down Joey Cruz to try and move himself back up into 3rd position, with the 65 of Aaron Edwards getting a heck of a run here as well. Colin Flickiger rounds out your top 5. Flickiger was one of the first ones coming into the pits, coming in on lap number 34. It's working out right now so far for Joey Cruz, but he's slowly going to get eaten up here again since he's got some older tires. But you know, once they go through another cycle, he'll be there again. And you never know, Jimmy. I mean, he's off cycle right now. He may go as far as falling all the way to the back of the pack again, and then maybe go down a lap again. But if it shakes out that he needs to make one less pit stop than everybody, he looks like a damn genius.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, you start thinking about when he came in, and, you know, if he can stretch that to a point where, you know, he only has to, you know, hit 2 more pit stops where these other drivers might have to hit 3. You know, it's, like I said, it's right around that, about 21, 22 laps, I think it was. And you can extend it out maybe 1 extra lap, but not much farther than that. If you can manage to be easy with your throttle inputs, and save them tires a little bit. You don't want to slow down too much. Obviously, you've seen the times are kind of all over the place. You have some drivers, Lesh and Gilbert, running in the 39s. The leaders are up in the 40s. Joey Cruz in the 41s. So, you know, that's the difference for those the 10 tires, is that second. So for each second or each lap he's out there, he's losing a second to the leader, and he'll keep falling back. But right now he's in a pretty decent spot. You know, like if a caution were to come out, you know, he could come in with everybody else and get new tires. But and now that the drivers have been out there a little while, you know, I mean, if the leaders come in, I'm coming in. I'm taking new tires, of course. So, and if they don't, I'm still coming in to take new tires, because I just know how big they are for at least in 5 to 6 laps here at Michigan. So, but we're closing in the halfway mark. We're at lap 41. Zane Bierman is your current leader, over with Ethan Winters, Aaron Edwards, Colin Flickner, Chris Gilbert, and Jake. Or for your top 5, then Jake Lush, Billy Rickett, Tyler Skozin, Joey Cruz, Dave Tilford, Michael Rakes, Joe Sullivan, Jason LaPon, Matthew Seeger, and Chase Halford for your top 15. And Orduna is the last one on lead one.
Man, a night that started off so strong here for the 00 of Terry Jansen. Not sure what happened on the last pit stop. It was a long pit stop for him to put him a lap down. He's back in 18th right now. Just came into the pits again. Looks like some damage on the front right of that car. And the Redemption Tour may still be waiting. And he may still be waiting for a chance at a championship because they're doing it right now. Last car on the lead lap, as mentioned. He would need some kind of help to get into this. Not sure what happened to Travis Noble as... Try and go back here a little bit. Maybe I have to do it score-wise because he ended up towing to the pits. But I don't know why, because we didn't have a caution. Unless maybe he has some connection issues. As yeah, didn't see what happened, but he is towed the 01 back to the pits. But right now, this is still your leader, Zane Bierman, with those 2 tires leading the way right now. Chris Gilbert has got the 451 around the other SimShop boys, and he is now going to take the lead here for the first time tonight. Maybe not just yet, as he was really close at the line. I think Gilbert may have just got him by a hundredth of a second. And there you go. Now the 451 trying to clear the 55, but those 2 tires, Jimmy. I tell you what. I mean, you said you did it there in the heat race. Granted, you only had to run a few more laps on those 2 tires, but clearly not exactly a horrible call here. It's gotten Bierman to the lead, and it's got him a chance to battle for quite some time. He's going to lose the lead right now to Gilbert, but I mean, we're damn near pretty far into this run, a good chunk into this run before he finally lost that lead. So not a bad call. We'll see if some of the other drivers kind of take notice of that and maybe switch it up here later in the race and try and take 2 maybe later. Colin Flickiger has got the 67 up to 3rd. And that was all due to coming in a couple laps early, a little short pit action for the 67, and looking mighty fine right now. How about all these silver boys up there? 3 silver drivers right now as Billy Rickett just passes Jake Lesh. 3 silvers in the top 5 right now, doing pretty well here at the season finale.
Yeah, it's I don't know what their pitch strategy was. The 2-tire thing, it works very well here at Michigan. And if you've I've seen enough races here, and I know that the 2-tire things work. I watched a few drivers that almost live on 2-tire pit stops, especially doing them green flag runs. And as long as your lefts aren't getting destroyed, your rights can really help out. And if you're having problems turning that car, and it's getting tight, sometimes it's better. Obviously full tank of gas. Well, not full here, but more fuel and just right, so you can loosen that car up pretty good, and it'll bring that right rear around a little bit, and to kind of just keep all that pressure and usage on the right side. So if you just keep changing them, you usually end up doing pretty decent and gain time in the pits. And we haven't talked about pit stops in a while, but pit stops obviously huge. How aggressive can you get into the pits without getting the black flag, maintaining speed down pit lane. These cars don't have pit limiters, Carl, so you have to hover your foot and throttle. It's not a lot of throttle, it's just a little bit, but you're trying to push it to maximize. You're going, the speed limit here is 55 miles an hour, so 54.9, 54, and then it goes 55, 55.1, it turns red. You can get a black flag for that. So obviously it takes a lot to try to hold it at 55. I don't have anything special. I don't have a special throttle that I can push and hold it, and that will give me 55. I don't know, what those options are. Yeah, it's definitely a skill and an art, and I commend and praise those drivers that do it very, very, very well. Especially here on iRacing. But yeah, Chris Gilbert is still your leader, Colin Flickinger, Zane Bierman, and now Jake Lesh rounding out in your top 5 as he's looking to get by Zane and take over P number 3. Jake, one of the drivers that I used to drive those long races with, and I've had plenty of side-by-side racing with him for a while when I still had tires, but definitely has the skill to go extremely long runs and save tires, and do what he needs to do in that number 51 to get some great finishes and even some wins. So we'll see where even Jake finishes here tonight, as he's doing extremely well, up 11 spots.
And top running gold driver right now, as He's in third. Next one technically would be Tyler Schoes, and then Dave Tilford having a pretty good race himself. Good to see Dave back out there, finally getting a chance. I guess the kids finally let him get out there, and he gets the 12 back out there in the track and doing good up there in 7th place right now. But Chris Gilbert leads the way. Colin Flickinger up to second. Lesh up to third for now, but now go to the outside here of Flickinger. He's going to move that 51 into most likely second place here through turns 1 and 2. Then Zane Bierman doing a fantastic job still with those 2 tires hanging up there in 4th position. Tyler Scozen rounds out your top 5. Then you got Rickett, Tilford, Rakes, Edwards, and Winters for your top 10. But most importantly, again, those drivers battling for those championship positions. Chris Gilbert, your leader in the race here tonight. Aaron Edwards back there in 9th after leading quite a bit of the race here. So not sure what happened. Maybe some fuel strategy being played right now by the 65 and the 39, because they were both up there at the front for a lot of this race here tonight. But maybe they're kind of working this race backwards and thinking, you know what, we save a couple laps here and there, we may be able to cut out a pit stop in this thing. But looking at the bronze division, it looks like Terry Jansen now finally back out there on the track. But unfortunately, Jansen is 11 laps down now, so he's going to need a major incident with Luis Arduna to get back in this. But you see him right there on the screen, the 00, back out there on the track. Jimmy, you never know. I mean, until we get to, I guess it'd be 89 laps, into this race, it doesn't matter. You got to keep plugging away. Arduna gets mixed up in one incident here tonight that gives him a meatball. All of a sudden, Terry Jansen gets around him, and it's a whole new ballgame. So you got to just, it looks like he stayed in the pits long enough to fix that damage, quite a bit of damage to the front right, but the redemption number 00 back out there on the track, and hopefully he can keep it clean now the rest of the way.
Yeah, and it's the big part for Terry. It's just kind of he knows where he's at, and I want to get too aggressive on anything. Obviously, just kind of let the race come to him, let the car rotate and get easy throttle, easy inputs, just kind of get things going. And work his way. If he can get a position here and there, get past somebody. But if it's kind of shady, be careful. Obviously looking to go almost 3 wide down here in turn 1. As Dave Tilford's on his right side, along with Joey Cruz out there on that outside, still trying to hang on and waiting for his next pit stop that will be coming up here very shortly. As Joey Cruz was in on lap 36? No.
No, Joey Cruz is on that 46. Yeah, exactly. He came in and made another pit stop here just recently, and he is unfortunately the first one lap down right now. But it's the cycle that he's on right now, and you never know again if that's the right one or not. Now we got Bierman, Rickett, and LePan all coming into pit lane, and going to make another pit stop for these 3. But, yeah, I mean, take a look at Terry Jansen. One thing I did see, Jimmy, and I'm sure you can kind of relate to this a little bit. You talked about how if you kind of get on those seams, it can really give you some good traction. But I think if you kind of put those seams in the middle of your car, if you're not ready for it, it can really get that car a little bit loose and maybe a little bit too loose for your comfort. So you got to be careful when you kind of straddle that seam.
Yeah, Zane was in, Billy Rickett was in, and LePan all in. Zane going back out. So I think Zane this time might have taken 4, which would be the call.
Yes.
Depending on how well or how much. I'd be interested to see after 2 stints on how much those tires have changed. You can see Zane coming out right there. Right in front of Chris Gilbert as he goes by, but Zane will get the car back up to speed, and I'm sure he'll get right back around the 451 here pretty quickly.
Very quickly.
That's even those tires are
tires.
Just they're new and cold, so and you could just see how they just take off here. So it was really it wasn't the cold tire situation wasn't too bad. Typically you feel some push or something like that, and the car doesn't really want to grip and turn. But yeah, here it just they hooked right up and they just would go. It's just all about getting that car kind of wound up. It takes about, like I said, about a full lap. And I would like to go like to the high side of turns 3 and 4, giving me the most track and keep it high all the way down into turn 1, so you could really kind of attack turn 1 and 2 with a lower or the earlier entry, and drive that car out and you know, on the loose end off the right rear. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun out here. The drivers are having a good time, I think, right now. Chris Gilbert's still out there leading the way over Jake Blesh.
Well, here's what's interesting now, Jimmy, though, is we got Joey Cruz right here in 13th, but Billy Rickett is the battle for the lucky dog position. If something were to come out, and he does make that pass right now, so Rickett moves himself into 12th, Joey Cruz into 13th. This is the last spot in the top spot, one lap down right now. So it is a very important position, and it seems like, you know, that could be a battle that we need to keep an eye on in regards to, you know, not just lucky dog, but maybe, you know, throughout the end of this race. But definitely in the midst of some pitting here. Chris Gilbert in the pits gives up the lead. Joe Sullivan now in the pits as well. So Tyler Skozen's going to take over the lead for the moment. So welcome back, Tyler. Welcome back to the front of the field. But we are going to go ahead and shut it down here for a little bit and let these engines roar for a little. Love to hear it one last time this season.
Love to hear it.
Sights and sounds here from the Core O'Reilly Series at Michigan International Speedway. Season finale here. We see Zane Bierman was leading for quite some time, comes into the pits, but based on what we've seen and what we know, looks like he's still going to have to make one more pit stop. And the strategy's all over the place here tonight in regards to pit laps. And we'll bring them up here on your screen so you can see just all of the differences here tonight. I mean, you see very few drivers have the same pit lap as others. I mean, we got drivers in on lap 53, 57, 58, 60. Zane Bierman now pitting on lap number 70, but again, he's probably going to have to pit one more time. I don't think there's any way he stretches that thing out 29 laps to make it to the end here. But your leader right now, pit on lap number 56, Jake Lesh. He is leading by 1.7 seconds. And you see Chris Gilbert not too far back there. That orange and black Kubota machine slowly was hunting him down, but now Lesh maybe stretching out here a little bit again. But he's going to have to make these last two runs last for about 23 laps, which from what we know is kind of on the outside edge of it. So maybe one of these runs you're going to have to try and stretch out here quite a bit to the end. Chris Gilbert pit on lap number 57. Kind of in a similar boat. Certainly Dave Tilford in the same boat, pitting a lap number 56. So maybe here for Lesh, going to let Bierman go on by as he scrapes the wall. And I think Lesh just needs to kind of settle in behind Bierman if he can. But, of course, Bierman loses some momentum right there. Would have helped him save a little bit of fuel. But looking back a little bit further in the top 10, you got Michael Rakes and Tyler Skozen both pitting on lap number 58. Colin Flickier pitting on lap number 55. Rickett is the one that pit on lap number 53. Maybe trying to stretch this thing out right now. And he's got to get pretty deep into this run to have any kind of chance of making this his last pit stop for sure. Aaron Edwards pit on lap number 60, and by all means, I think he is good to go with one more pit stop in the race. Joe Sullivan pit on lap 57, and then 10th place right now, Ethan Winters pit on lap number 59, so good spot there for Winters as well. But I mean, we know from what Jimmy knows in the last chance qualifier, the heat race here tonight, we have an idea of what the fuel strategy is, but Jimmy, it's all over the place here tonight with the pit laps.
Yeah, it all can vary. It can change by pitting one lap early or one lap later. It really does kind of change, and it does look like Billy Rickett's going to bring it in. We know this isn't his last one, but bringing it in here, one more time here, and we'll have to see it. We'll see him, in the 90s, bringing that thing down here, but a little bit early for, the last pit stop of the race. We won't see those until closer to 80. So they got to get into like the 78, 79 realm to really kind of give this thing a chance for one more pit stop. Will pit strategy kind of fall into play here tonight? Those pit stops that were made, we're counting 20s, but you can't forget that in the beginning we had two cautions, and caution there on lap 3, and then a caution there on
It was lap 12.
right around 12 or something.
Yeah.
So it really kind of threw people off, and now the drivers, I think, once they got in that mindset that this thing's probably going to go green the rest of the way. Now what can I do to get the maximum fuel mileage out of here and start kind of letting off early, doing a lot more coasting, let the car slow down by itself. I hear it'd behoove you if I don't use my clutch and a shifter for these cars, and it's better if you do, because you could push in the clutch, and it's better than just letting off the gas. Because you'll carry more speed, but it's definitely going to be interesting for some of these drivers that are in the same situation where they're just only able to lift and not coast. Big difference as far as how much speed you can carry into the corners. But we're here on lap number 77. Jake Lesh is going to bring it in, Carl. He's only able to get that 21 laps, so it's going to be extremely close. Can he stretch this thing out after another quick pit stop?
Yeah, flicking leader in there as well. He was able to get a 22 that time because he pit on lap number 55, one lap earlier than Jake Lesh. So maybe he's at least got a little experience in saving a little bit of fuel on his run right there. Gilbert's going to shift back to the lead of this race. He pit on lap number 57, so you got to assume he's probably coming in this lap or maybe the next lap. And it seems like it seemed like he was slowing down there a little bit, but he is going to go around at least for another lap. So puts him in a good spot now to try and make this thing all the way to the end. Edwards is about 5.2 seconds back, but Edwards doesn't need to save at all. He pit on lap number 60. He is going to be full on the rest of the way. I think with Gilbert getting now that he can pit this next time by, I think it puts him in a really good spot, Jimmy. I think he is good to go to the end here. So can Edwards make up that 5 seconds? Gilbert certainly is in a little bit of save mode right now to get this thing as far as he can, so that way he doesn't have to save it all on that last run. And I'm sure we'll see him probably come into the pits this time by. Yeah, slowing down, he will bring the 451 in. It's going to hand the lead over to Tyler Skozen, who pit a lap later than him. Looks like Rakes is going to come in with Gilbert. Skozen's going to stay out there for at least one more lap. Edwards going to shift into second. Ethan Winters in to third, Matthew Seeger into fourth. They pit on laps 60, 59, and 61 respectively, so they got some more laps to go here before they have to come in. They can technically take a little bit shorter of a pit, a little bit less fuel, as you see Terry Jansen already made a pit stop looking to try and get around to the 55 here, but the 55 protecting that bottom because he's coming in this time. Clearly, that's the other sign right there that no, don't pass me low. I got to come in. I don't want anybody below me. And now you see Colin Flickinger going around and getting his lap back as well. But, man, all different kinds of strategies here tonight, all different kinds of pit stops. And now you want this to be your last pit stop. You do not want to have to come back in here again. Aaron Edwards is going to go back to the front. Looks like Ethan Winters is going to come in here to the pits as well. Blinking a little bit, so I wasn't sure that was. But one thing I got to say, Jimmy, we had the caution lap 3, the caution lap 12. Nothing since then. You love to see it on the finale here. Excuse me. With 20 laps to go, ton of green flag racing here tonight. It's what you want to see for the finale.
Yeah, it's one way to finish up the season with a good race. Give you that good feeling that you want to come back and do it again. Obviously, the early cautions, though they were so far back in the field, only affected a few people. So, kind of it turned out to, I think more of a fuel strategy race here towards the end. But it gave the fuel limit, gave the drivers the ability to do some thinking, not just go out there and mash the pedal to the ground and try to stay off the wall here tonight, and able to save fuel, execute some different strategies, 2 tires and whatnot. And I'm sure we'll see some 2 tires. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody breaks out another 2-tire stop, and keep things going. We've seen a few drivers do it here early, and it does work. And if you can get out to a good enough lead or a good enough position in front of where you want to be, then you might be able to hold on to that with them 2 tires. Because after about 5-10 laps, the bleeding as far as speed and time on the track doesn't go away. But 65 is in for what should be his last and final pit stop. But was he undercut? He overshoots. There's a second.
Yeah, there's a second two right there. I mean, I feel like if you're the 65 here, you kind of need to switch it up here. You may need to take a two-tire stop to get yourself back in the race, but he is going to take 4 and try and run down Chris Gilbert, but the gap is going to be even bigger now. Now, granted, Edwards does not have to save fuel at all here, pitting on lap number 82. No. He comes flying out of the pits. He's going to be buried back in the pack here, and again, the strategy is all over the place. Right now, I can tell you Jake Lesh is leading, but he pit on lap number 77. By all accounts, it probably will have to come into the pits again. But Zane Bierman pit on lap number 70. He will need to come into the pits again. Billy Rickey came in on 74. Going to need to pit one more time. Dave Tilford right now pit on lap number 78. Can he stretch it out to 22 laps? I mean, he's got a 2-second lead right now on Chris Gilbert that he can kind of work with and finesse a little bit if he's got to save a little bit of fuel. Gilbert back there in 5th place right now, pit on 79, as did Michael Rakes in 6th. So as it stands right now, Jimmy, we've got 17 laps to go. I have no friggin' clue who's on the right strategy here, who's going to win this race here tonight in Michigan.
Man, that's what makes it so interesting here. Obviously, the different strategies that can be used, the multiple lines for racing, everything. And even, obviously a caution would throw this all out the window for a lot of drivers and benefit others. And, like Billy Rickett would definitely benefit from a caution. And even Joey Cruz would benefit from a caution currently as he's in P number 8. So some drivers out there hoping that a caution will fly, but and we're seeing drivers starting to kind of
get a little racy,
get a little racy and go for it as the 3 wide is starting to come back to play in a lot of situations.
Well, you definitely had to keep an eye on this man right here. He came back for a reason. Clearly, one, he had a night off, and two, he wanted to get out there and see what he still has. He's clearly got something because he last pit on lap 80. Now, he is still behind Michael Rakes, still trying to battle him as Rakes may be good to go as well, pitting on lap number 79. But as it stands right now, if the cars can make 20 laps of fuel, if 20 is the kind of the edge of where you can go by pushing it full throttle, Tyler Scozen will end up being your winner because he has got a pretty sizable lead right now on Ethan Winters and the rest of the drivers. Now, if you can make it 21 laps, then you can throw in the likes of Chris Gilbert there in 5th place, even Colin Flickinger. He pit on lap number 77. Gonna definitely need to be a stretch there for him, as it would be for Jake Lesh at the front. But man, all over the place here tonight, and it's exactly what you'd love to see here, as I mentioned for the season finale. And a little bit longer, a little bit more thinking involved in this one. It's not just getting out there and driving, like you said. It's you can't really necessarily say that this is a full-on fuel strategy race when there's 37 different laps that these drivers came into the pits on. I mean, it's so far all over the place.
78, 80, 79, 77,
It's
81,
insane.
82, 85, 64. I mean, yeah, there's a ton out there.
I think what's got to hurt the most here for Terry Jansen is if he looks on the leaderboard, if he looks on that tower, he looks on his relative. Luis Orduna only 2 spots in front of him right now, so you feel like, okay, it's so close. I'm right on pace with this guy, but I got to beat him by 2 spots. But if you look at the actual spot where they're at, Orduna right now 1 lap down, Jansen 11 laps down. And it's a shame because unless something happens to Orduna in the next couple laps here, it's going to have to be another year, another season for the 00 to look for some more redemption here to try and get his first title here in Core. It's been a heck of a good drive here, and it's really been back and forth all season long between him and the 3 of Orduna. But it looks like, there's been some battles won by the 00, but it looks like the war may go to Luis Orduna here tonight in the bronze division. Checking in on Joey Cruz again, the man outside the platinum, looking to maybe steal the overall championship here. Unfortunately, back there in 12th right now. He pit on lap 85, so he's good to go to the end. Maybe hoping that everybody in front of him runs out of fuel here, but he is the last one right now on the lead lap, trying to run hard, stay in front of Jake Lesh and Dave Tilford. And Jake Lesh is just trying to stay in front of Dave Tilford. Tilford has run him down. It's down to 1/3 of a second. Tilford has 1 extra lap of fuel, but can either of them make it to the end really is the question. Lesh has got to stretch it out, 23, 24 laps on fuel. Tilford's got 1 extra lap, and meanwhile, Scozen trying to run them down. He's up into 3rd right now. He's bringing Rakes along. Rakes pit on lap number 79. I'm sure Rakes doesn't mind drafting in here for a little bit. And one of Jimmy's favorite painted cars out there, the MASH number 016. Chris Gilbert trying to get that Kubota 451 up there as well, but as it stands right now, he would be your platinum and overall champion here for this season if it stays right like this. Colin Flickinger having a really good run in the 67. Good to see. I know he's certainly had his ups and downs this season, and quite a bit of seasons, unfortunately, but a good run here tonight for Flickinger. We've seen him up there battling. I think he even might have led a lap or 2 here tonight in the 67, went up there in 6th late in the race, but another one that pit on lap number 77. Can he stretch it to the end? Ethan Winters started a little further in the pack. He started back there in 10th place, but he was able to cut through the field when he took some new tires on lap 2. Only 2 lap newer tires, ran him through the field, got him to the front of the field, and he's kind of settled inside the top 10 for most of it here. On the different strategy with some of his teammates. Pit on lap 80, good to go to the end. Aaron Edwards is the one that is behind him right now and trying to figure out what he needs to do to get up there, battle it up here, try and run these drivers in front of him out of fuel. But his championship hopes may come down one race short here tonight with Gilbert. If Gilbert can make this thing last to the end. Matthew Seeger running right behind him, and I believe should lose his rookie stripes after this race. I think this is his 5th race here in Core. So, will he come back next season? He will be most likely up there battling at least in the gold, if not the platinum division. Joe Sullivan, I know Barry was out there rooting for him here tonight. He put in lap number 78. Decent chance, maybe, that he can get this thing home to the end. Certainly we know Sullivan is not too bad on saving fuel here in the series and running currently in the last spot in the top 10. And he's got a pretty sizable gap between him and Zane Bierman. Bierman did come in to make his final pit stop, as did Billy Rickon on lap 85. They are 11th and 12th right now. Jake Lesh still in the lead. He's got Jason LePan right behind him, lap car right now. And then it is Tyler Skozen, the next car right behind him, because Skozen has gotten around the 12 of Dave Tilford. As the sun seems to be coming down here a little bit, maybe some cloud cover, not sure what it is. It's starting to get a little bit darker here. No lights here at Michigan, so they better get these last 7 laps in before the sun fully goes down.
Yeah, and obviously Jake just trying to save fuel, and Skozen doesn't need to save the fuel, so gonna just kind of get up there, and yeah, it looks like Skozen's just drafting right now, so maybe just trying to help Jake out just a little bit before he passes him. I don't know, don't want to feel too guilty coming in a race and winning as you're one off. I don't know, maybe the 20 will even peel off and go into pits, with a couple laps to go just because, but just to kind of get the race out there and try to run a good race, and he's been clean. He's been here before, and a driver that we've seen be successful on the track, and been able to kind of get out here and do it here tonight. But you never know what's up for the 20. What he decides to do for a one-off. In the lead, I guess it really doesn't hurt anybody, and just nobody's getting max points.
Oh yeah, this just happened on the front stretch as Truskowski and Noble get together, but both of them keep it straight. We will keep it caution free. So that's how close we got to really throwing a wrench in this whole thing here tonight. We'll take you back live as Skozen has made the pass for first, but that's how close we got to a caution with 5 laps to go in this race. Skozen takes the lead. Lesh, I'm sure now, is just going to try and do his best to just stay in with them, get that draft, maybe sneak himself into second place here tonight, and legitimately be technically the top gold driver here tonight, since Skozen not a part of this series, just running a one-off here tonight. Tilford trying to still stay up there in the mix, maybe having to save a little bit of fuel here as well. Didn't really get the benefit that much of the draft. Rakes still doing a good job up there as well. He is in 4th. Gilbert getting a little bit closer in the mirror, but maybe Gilbert is not pushing too much as well. Maybe he just wants to make sure he can get this thing to the end. But that is your top 5 right now. As we come back to the line, we got 3 laps to go into the season.
Jake just bounced off the wall. They're coming out of 4, so car's starting to get a little angry. But you can see the Sim Shop boys trying to work their way. They're not too far out, and the laps are kind of dwindling down. So they'll start throwing elbows and maybe fighting with each other for position. So wouldn't be surprised to see these cars kind of mix it up there, right there behind Terry Jansen. And trying to finish it up here, but we're on lap number 98. Tyler Skozen is your leader with Jake Lesh, Dave Tilford for your top 3.
Drivers now coming out of the final corner, and Barney's going to be switching hands here real quick. Jake Lesh into the pits, not going to make it here to the end. And that is a shame right there, as We got 2 laps to go. The white flag still not showing, but Lesh not going to make it now. The question is, can Tilford make it to the end? As we look at Tyler Skozen now on to the backstretch here. Only 1.5 more laps left in this race. He pit in lap 80, should be good to go. Did Dave Tilford save enough to try and get this thing to the end? Real shame there for Jake Lesh. Still may end up coming home with a top 10 if he can get out there quickly. But coming through turns 3 and 4, it's been a while, but first car to see the white flag is going to be Tyler Skozen. Dave Tilford right now in second. Michael Rakes in third. Gilbert right there, as is Ethan Winters. So they've closed the gap here a little bit. And we'll take a look back there as Gilbert right now running in fourth. Winters still another 1.3 seconds back, so not going to happen right now. And Edwards trying to run him down here to try and finish at least one spot behind Gilbert. But a very, very nice return for this man right here, Tyler Skozen, as he's going to come in and play a little spoiler here tonight, because it is going to be Tyler Skozen coming back in the UNOH number 55 technically, but the number 20 here on the track gets the win here tonight. Dave Tilford, good to see him back out there. He comes home in second. Michael Rakes, silver driver, not only coming home in third, but Jimmy, without Jason Chrisman out there, I think that just got Michael Rakes the silver championship as well.
Yeah, it's. I'm glad I'm not doing the math, but I will look forward to talking to the drivers here. I know we have a little longer list here tonight, and where everybody's going to finish the stand. But great race overall, and it's good to see the drivers come out here and compete tonight. Obviously, would have wished to see the large fields stay and see who would have been eliminated from the race or anything like that. So. Yeah, I mean, it's always a pleasure to see the drivers kind of come out here and have a good time. So congratulations to all the drivers. Congratulations to your series winners, whoever they may be. But we will talk to pretty much everybody before the night is done.
Dallas goes in burning it down here on the front stretch. He is your winner here in the season finale. And great to see him come back out here. Hopefully we'll get to see him a little bit more come next season. I know he focused a lot on the college series in iRacing. I didn't really get updates on how he was doing over there, but hopefully he did well. So clearly it's helped him out because he did a fantastic drive here tonight, had the right strategy at the right time. He's going to bring it home in the top spot here tonight. We'll take a look at the final results from the race here tonight. Jimmy, why don't you give us a rundown of those race results here tonight? Are they official? It won't let me click on them yet.
I got iRacing's results here.
Yeah, so we'll let you go down the official results, and we'll get some interviews here lined up.
Yeah, get for your winner here tonight. It's going to be Tyler Skozen, then Dave Tilford in P number 2. Michael Rakes, that would be your top 3. Chris Gilbert comes home in 4th. Ethan Winters in 5th. And you got Aaron Edwards, Matthew Seeger, Colin Flickinger, Joe Sullivan, Jake Lesh, Billy Rickett, Joey Cruz finishing back there. And then Zane Bierman, Jason LaPond, Chase Halford, Louis Orduna, Joseph Truslowski, Terry Jansen, Travis Noble, Jeremy Gainey, Brian Vorse, Ricky Renner, Jacob Grube, and then obviously your heat winner, Jimmy Colbert.
just gotta throw that in there. If you didn't know, now you know.
I win. Oh, dang it. You don't want to hear me talk anyways. I talk enough.
Just trying to get everybody rounded up here to get them into the waiting room, and we'll get some interviews underway. But great season. It's certainly, as Jimmy said, started off a little bit rough around the edges. Some rule changes took place, and man, the rule changes, that's a pat, myself or any of the admins on the back. But sometimes you got to make a call, you got to make a change, and the changes worked, plain and simple. And it's definitely going to see them going forward. Hopefully we see some good size fields come next season, whether it's back here in the O'Reilly cars, whether it's in another car. But love the the LCQ format, even if it's only a couple of drivers in there, it gives those couple of back marker drivers, a couple of the drivers that didn't qualify in the top 20, a chance to get in there and get some extra laps under their belt before the race actually starts. And it seems to have really helped out, really works. So love to see that. I want to thank our sponsor again for the series, simraces.com. Big thanks to Kim's Cups and more as well. And thank you to all the CRN fans out there for tuning in here once again. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like, subscribe, get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer. But Jimmy, it's time for one last time this season to get some interviews underway. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start it off, mix it up here a little bit. Just this will give them some time. We're going to bring in our second place finisher here tonight, Dave Topher. Dave, I know you're going to have a little bit busy of a night here. I'm sure you got everything automated. You probably already know what the heck is going on here with the point standings, but we'll bring you in here first because you had a heck of a run. You come home in second place here tonight. First of all, welcome back on track. Love to see you back out there. Fantastic race. I know, obviously as one of the admins here in the series, and certainly, one that helps officiate after the races. You got to love seeing this thing go a ton of green flag laps to finish it out.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable racing out there. Close racing for a long time. I mean, the lead pack was together for the first half of the race, probably the top 8-10 cars. So it was really quite entertaining. And honestly, I'm baffled how I ended up here. But I guess I kind of figured it out toward the end and got the fuel saving strategy right. Ran out of fuel right across the line there. So
Perfect.
That'll work.
Hey, a little time off, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You know exactly what you're doing. And maybe the little sabbatical actually worked out because this is, I think, the furthest up we've seen you finish in a Riley Series race in a long time, and maybe ever in your career. Because I'm not sure if you have a Riley Series win or not. But I mean, it's got to feel good to finally get back out here for one, but also to come home with a second place finish out the season.
Yeah, it feels good. I was giving Tyler a hard time for doing a one-off race and ruining my chance at having an O'Reilly win.
Yes.
But he deserved the win tonight. I think I pitted one lap early and it caused me to save on the last stint too. So that probably wasn't quite the difference, but it was enough to make it not super competitive once he got past. But that's all right. I will definitely take it. It was fun.
All right, well, we'll let you get to your duties behind the scenes here and let us know who those 4 championship winners are. We're pretty sure we know the gold obviously going to go to Joey Cruz, but we'll let you let us know who the other 3 are going to be, and you can shoot me a message when you got that. But before we let you get to that, why don't you give us a little shout out and a thanks to anyone out there on that number 12 machine.
Yes, sir. So yeah, definitely for my family going through a lot of health stuff in the last stretch of time, and hopefully getting it figured out, and just glad I can continue to race, and they are supportive of that, and yeah, deserve a shout out for them for sure. And yeah, I mean, beyond that, it's just shout out to you guys for all the work that gets put in. I know it's a lot of work to put this on, and also for the broadcasting, and it makes it a lot of fun to watch back. So to you guys as well.
We appreciate that, buddy. Congrats on the second place finish here tonight. We'll let you go. I'd say celebrate, but you got a little work to do before you celebrate either way. Thanks for coming out here and finishing this thing out in second.
Yes, sir.
That is your second place finisher here tonight, the 12 of Dave Tilford. We'll keep it going here and give him some time because I think some of the other drivers we'll talk to, maybe some more championship drivers as well. Jimmy, why don't you go ahead and take Mr. One-Off here, Mr. Spoiler, Mr. Kicking Dave Tilford out of the winning circle. It's going to be the 20 of Tyler Skozen.
Scam artist. Well, welcome back to the booth, buddy, and here to the Core O'Reilly series. It's always a pleasure to see the 20 out there, or what, I forget what your real number is.
55 technically.
But it's been a while since you've been out here with us, but had a great race. Obviously played everything out properly, and then getting that last stop done, and obviously the green flag run helped a lot. But how was your race out there here tonight for your one-off for the season?
Pretty good. Pretty good. It was Honestly, I did not think we had a winning car really at all. I would say once I guess the sun started setting and the all the slick racetrack, the car just it got better and better. Every lap I ran, just the better it got. And I had a feeling that, if this runs green, then, I, I think we have a shot because I want to say it was around it was probably before the second to last pit stop. I was like, okay, I got to if I can stretch this and save roughly, I don't know, 3 laps or so, we should be able to make it like perfectly on our number. And um, I knew I didn't want to have to save it all in one stint. I figured, you know what, we still have a few pit stops. Let's save a little bit every stint we have. I was pretty much around cars most of the race. There were quite a few times where I was all by myself, especially towards the end of the end of the stint. And I was like, you know what, I think we're still about where we are, and being able to stay behind a lot of the cars and we saved a lot more than I think I was anticipating. We crossed the line. I still had a lap and a half of fuel, which was way more than I thought I was going to. Being able to stretch out, I guess, that one extra lap, I think it was with Michael, who was on my strategy. Being able to stay out that one extra lap really early really, really helped. And yeah, I mean, after that second to last pit stop, I mean, God, that car was so good. And honestly, I'm not even that great here. The few times I've run here in this league, I mean, I don't know, probably just barely inside the top 10, I felt. And I don't know, coming here, I was just like, you know what, if we can just get a top 10, top 5, maybe I think we'll be okay. And good thing is we don't have to run for a championship. You can do whatever you want, really, and see where you can go from there. And overall, I think it played out really well. It was a very last minute last minute start too. I only decided to plan on running this race yesterday. I was like, you know what? There's still a race left. I'm leaving from college tomorrow morning, so I'm like, you know what? Let's just go for it. Why not? And yeah, it all worked out. So really, really happy how everything went.
Oh, one last hurrah there as you finish up college there and take your break and venture on to your next adventure. But you win one here one more time at with Core, so congratulations. Give you some time for any shouts by having that number 20.
Yeah, of course, everybody who supports us, friends, family. I was streaming, had a few viewers there. Everybody who's tuned in. Of course, everybody at UNOH. I mean, I was like, I don't think I'm going to run my normal paint scheme because I know I don't have 55. So let's just whip up a random test car in the paint shop. And it looked pretty good, actually. I like the black and yellow UNOH number 20 out there. I thought it looked really, really good.
Well,
of course, you guys
not to stop you there,
race.
but unfortunately, it is still the 55 on the screen.
Oh,
Because
all right.
I did refresh it, but it is the good old 55. What everybody
Mike,
remembers.
that's funny.
Okay, well, hey, I got a little bit of something from each of your ends, so I'll take it. But trust me, that 55 looks way better than what I was running anyway. But side point, but yeah, of course, everybody, friends, family that watch, everybody at UNOH for the support, of course, and I wasn't able to see everybody who won everything. I'm pretty sure Chris won the championship, so congrats to him. Joey, he ran a really great season. Very happy. I think he's going to be probably around the podium, which is really, really good. Great for him. Great confidence booster. Of course, everybody else that won their divisions, everybody, great season every time I tuned in. And great racing tonight. I was very, very happy that I was able to run long that whole time. And yeah, everybody at Core, I'm sure I'm probably forgetting someone else. I guess I can thank my newest partners, 5-Star Esports that I recently joined. Quick little shout out there. And of course, Watson Setups I run as well here every now and then. And yeah, great running out there. And maybe we'll go 1-for-1 again next season. I think that'd be pretty fun.
Well, look forward to maybe possibly seeing you around a little bit. So again, congratulations on your victory here tonight, and we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, maybe maybe talk to David before you decide that one off, and make sure it's not a race that he's planning on actually finally doing good at.
Yeah, we'll see. I sometimes steal it.
Yeah,
sometimes just stealing
out of
it.
the running.
Yeah, sometimes just stealing it randomly last second. First, I hate it when people do that, but when you're on the good end of it,
Yeah, like
boy, that's fun.
oh.
Yeah, I
buddy.
was like, I get it now.
Well, congrats again, buddy. We'll let you get out of here. That is the winner here tonight, the 20/55 of Tyler Skozen. Pulling a little one off, pulling a little spoiler here tonight, getting it done either way. Now we'll start getting into some of the big names here on the season, and we're going to start off with our fourth place finisher here tonight. It was only fourth, but that's all he needed, and that is going to be Chris Gilbert in the 451, getting it done for the Platinum and overall championship. Chris, heck of a season here. And I know you missed a couple races, but, well, you got a couple of drop races. It certainly helps out, and you started a little further maybe back in the pack than you wanted, especially with Aaron Edwards starting up there towards the front. What was that worrying you at all? Did you have that kind of on your mind, like, I got to get up here quick and make sure I mix it up with him?
Yeah, 100%. I came into the day where I felt like I had to qualify pole, get those points, 0x, have those points, and just be absolutely perfect and plan on second. Then ended up working out where obviously my qualifying sucked, but the race worked out in my favor.
Yeah,
Downchick.
it certainly did. But I mean, talk to me about the strategy you guys went on, because obviously, you know, you had the early caution on lap 3, you had the early caution on lap 12, and then all of a sudden you guys just rip off 78 green flag laps. I mean, at what point were you thinking, okay, I need to start, you know, kind of working this backwards and figuring out when I need to come into the pits and kind of bingo and nail that last pit stop? Because it seemed like a couple of drivers out there were kind of ultra save mode. Some were kind of middle of the pack. Some were just going at it, and it put strategies all over the friggin' place here tonight.
Yeah, so my main focus was get in front of the sim racer guys, get them away from me because of kind of some of the shenanigans I saw early in the race that were happening, and build a gap and then start saving and just manage that gap. And thankfully, I got done quick enough to where I could manage that.
Well, it certainly worked out real nice here. You don't get a podium, but it doesn't matter. You need it here. You get a fourth place here tonight. Gets you good enough to get the Platinum Division Championship here for the season. So I want to say congrats on the championship. Before we let you go and get out of here, we want to give a shout out to her. Thanks to.
Now I want to give big thanks to Jason Pan, Jacob Groove for telling me about this league, kind of give me a heads up on it. And yeah, thanks to you guys for running it, announcing and all that. I appreciate it.
Maybe a little consolation for Jacob, since he did have the pole here tonight and unfortunately didn't even make the backstretch before he got involved in the incident. So that's certainly a shame for the 188. But either way, you get to bring the championship back to the stable there. So congrats again. We'll let you go celebrate, and hopefully we see you next season.
All right, thank you. See you next year.
That is the 451 of Chris Gilbert's getting it done here for the Platinum Division Championship and the overall championship as well. Now we'll go to the Gold Division Championship. And Jimmy, I think it only makes sense that we let you interview the 28 here. Joey Cruz came in with a chance at the overall, but he's still going to walk away the Gold Division Championship this year.
Joey, Jimmy and Carl in the booth. You copy, buddy.
Hang on, sorry. Come on. Oh my God. It is not letting me go to speaker. I am so sorry, guys.
That's fine. Take your time.
Where's my speaker button?
Don't know.
This is your moment to shine, Joey. This is about the same as your strategy in the race. It's kind of shady.
Hang on, sorry. A little bit of technical difficulties right here.
That's fine.
Why is it not? Figure this out. I am so sorry, guys.
Okay, well, we'll try.
A bit baffled. We'll bring him back.
Yeah, we'll try and get him in here in a little bit, as we'll switch, and we'll let's see where we got here for the silver. Yep, there we go. So Silver Division Championship. We'll switch over to that. That is gonna go to Michael Rakes. And Michael, I assume you probably like the fact that Jason Chrisman wasn't in the field here tonight, but he still had to put in a good enough performance to get yourself a chance at the Silver Division Championship. Coming home on a podium, yeah, that's pretty good. Michael, you got a copy? Sounds like we're having all kinds of difficulties here, Jimmy. All these
I thought it was going to take forever.
Yeah, these champions are good enough to get it done on the track, but it looks like we're having some issues here. Michael, you got a copy?
I see him lighting up.
You see lighting. We don't have anything just yet. I will, Michael. We'll put you back down in the waiting room. We'll try and bring you up here again. But okay, so Jimmy, why don't we try the Bronze Division champion, Luis Arduna? Luis, you got a copy?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yay! We got
We
a
finally
glitch.
got one. We finally got one. Okay, so the bronze division champion going to go to Luis Orduna, and I got to ask you, Luis, start of the race here. Both you and Terry qualify in the top 20, so you don't have to, get those extra laps in the last chance qualifier or anything like that. But Terry qualifies in the top 10. How much did that scare you right off the rip?
I'm gonna be honest. About a week ago, when he talked about the laps he was running, I got really scared. I came home. I had a really bad night in the sim, and I did not touch it for the rest of the week. This is like my first time getting back in sim after that week. But seeing him qualify up front, it did make me really nervous. I, I this whole these past 2 weeks, it kind of felt like I was Carl Edwards in 2011 going into Homestead, and Terry was gonna be Tony. I was really trying to just I was trying to mentally prepare myself to see him just charge from behind and just surge ahead, but didn't go the way I had hoped it would have.
Well, yeah, you love to kind of settle it out there on the track, and unfortunately, Terry just had some some issues and some mishaps, but you didn't, and that's what it takes from a champion. You gotta kind of get the best of what you can at all times, and you even had that three up there for a little bit as well. You finish here in 16th, only one lap down, and yeah, overall, I mean, just a great race. You did exactly what you needed to do here in the finale.
Yeah, I think I want to say the only reason I ended up a lap down is on that first pit cycle, I was trying to go off of the new fuel calculator, and it ticked to 0 all of a sudden, and I realized I was in a bad spot. I actually ran out of fuel coming to pit road, and the second I pulled into the pit stop, just dead. And it was, if I can say if I can just say all the kind of like the callbacks to 2011 was insane. Just the way the points worked and this race went out.
So I gotta ask, that the entire season, it wasn't just tonight. I mean, it was the entire season that you and Terry just nobody wanted to take this bronze championship run away with it. It was back and forth, and I said that a couple of battles were won by Terry, but you end up ultimately winning the war. I mean, do you feel like it kind of brought the best out of you this season by having that close battle, or was it just putting that extra pressure on you every single race?
It definitely brought the best out of me. I actually just talked to Terry about it. We were pushing each other every week. Even I know we didn't trade paint, and that was something we were really proud of. Like we were just pushing each other on the track, trying to get every ounce of the car out of it. And I know we still have a lot to find in the car, but like we definitely we were pushing each other, and it like I said, it's just a shame. It's a shame that he wasn't able to get down to the line at the end of the day. We were really looking forward to that.
Well, either way, you walk away with the Bronze Division Championship this season. Great season for you here, and a great battle all the way to the end. And it took pretty much all 100 laps here in Michigan to finally decide it for you guys. So, congrats on the win in the championship. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
First off, I want to thank God. I want to thank my parents for watching, all my family and all my friends who tuned in for this race. I want to thank Stuart Gratton for letting me run the car, and or letting me run his brand on the car, and I'm really proud to finally get at least something to his name. And I want to thank the Ponzo Racing family, the ASCA. They've always been there. I want to thank Joey for giving me some pointers during the week. It really kind of helped calm me down after that last week. But uh, I also want to thank you guys for putting up these races. It's been really fun.
Well, it's been fun seeing that three start to get a little bit more stability in it, and it's gotten you the championship here this season. So, congrats again. We'll let you go celebrate, and we'll see if you can defend the title next season.
Thank you.
That is the three of Luis Orduna. It sounds like we got our mics fixed for the other two champions. So, Jimmy, we'll give you one more chance now to scold the the pit strategy here for the 28 of Joey Cruz, your silver or your gold division champion.
Hey guys,
Hey, we
still not letting me do my speaker, which I don't understand.
Oh.
But
Can you
Yeah,
talk?
it's not giving me a speaker button. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. We can
That's
hear
all right.
you. We can hear you fine as long as you can hear us.
Yeah, you can hear
I
us.
cannot
Right?
hear any of you.
Awesome.
Great.
Well,
Oh my god. I'm sorry. This is embarrassing. And I'd say just bring Michael in here first before interviewing me. I don't want to be taking up any more time, if that's all right with you boys,
That's fine.
and hopefully get it sorted out.
Okay.
but we'll give him a second. I just sent a message in Discord. Hopefully he can see it here real quick and see if he wants to at least give us a rundown of his race. We have him in here and who he wants to give a shout out to on that 28. And while we still have him in here, and maybe he's looking for that message. Certainly, I'm sure one
I am so sorry. I still cannot hear you.
one driver
This
that
is embarrassing.
it's
Just bring Michael
I-
in.
I-
I'm so sorry.
well, Joey, I know you're not going to hear right now, but congrats on the championship here, and
Congrats.
I know you'll go back and watch this on the broadcast, and it's certainly one that I think Jimmy has slowly been seeing towards the back half of the season for sure.
Yeah, it was, obviously if we don't get Joey back in here where he can actually hear us, but he was the driver that, it's been a few seasons, yeah, and kind of talk with him and kind of maybe being even maybe real critical on how he was driving, because you could see the speed that the 28 had, just with some not so great decisions at times. And this season, he didn't make those mistakes. He put the 28 where it needed to be at all times and to have a fantastic run. The fact that he didn't get a shot tonight because, we went green so long is a shout out to all the drivers out there. But one small mistake and that 28 might have been your overall championship here tonight. But in any case, don't take away anything from this driver. I would look forward to seeing him next season and seeing what he can do up against the platinum drivers, being all grouped together. Because if it wasn't for one small mistake, platinum, that 28 gold driver could have been your series winner.
Well, we do have one more winner for the season that we got to bring in here, and that is going to be the 016 of Michael Rakes. And Michael, as I was saying before, not sure how much you heard, but I mentioned that you came in here. I'm assuming you had to be happy to see that Jason Chrisman wasn't in the field here tonight. But you still had to have a good race to finish out here and give yourself a chance at that Silver Division Championship. Third place, man, pretty damn good.
Yeah, that was a lot better than what I was expecting to be able to do. Was able to stretch the tires out in that first to get a tire advantage the rest of the race, which seemed to pay off really well.
So were you kind of thinking in the back of your mind that the championship at all, and thinking that you got to get a good finish, you got to try and give yourself a chance at the championship, or was it just go out there and kind of get what you can get, and hopefully you just finish with a good spot?
Yeah, I talked with David right before the race to see where I needed to finish at to get the championship there.
Well, whatever you did, it certainly worked out, and you had the right strategy, just enough bingoed here to get yourself up there. I mean, you qualified up there in 12th, but you had that 016 running pretty well for most of this race.
Yeah, it was a really good car, really fast. Can't say enough about the guys.
Well, listen, not only is it a podium here to finish out the season, a great finish, top silver driver here tonight, get you, both of those will get you an interview regardless, but you get to get the best interview of the season, and that's the season champion for the Silver Division. So congrats on the championship run. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to on that 016?
I just want to thank you guys for putting this on. I want to thank Kibben's Cups and More for being a sponsor for next season. Going to be looking forward to having them on the car, and just everybody that's got me involved in league racing, all that fun stuff, like Zane and Mike Casey and everybody.
Well, congrats again on the championship run here for this season, and I don't think it'll be the last time we'll get to see you. We'll be running over there for 191 this coming Sunday as well. So wish you luck on that one, and maybe we'll find a way to get yourself an interview in that one as well. But either way, take some time to celebrate this Silver Division Championship, and hopefully we see you next season. See if you can defend it.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
That is your Silver Division champion here tonight, the 016 of Michael Rakes, and that is all your championship for the season. Unfortunately, not going to get a chance to talk to Joey Cruz this time.
We can jump down to the waiting room, Carl. He said it was working down there.
Oh, he
We
says
could
working
just
down there.
jump down.
Okay, let's try and do that here real quick.
Hey guys.
You go. You better? You good?
Yep, a lot better. Sorry about that.
We got communication, folks,
All right,
and
let him have it,
Joey,
Jimmy.
obviously-
Jimmy, let him have it.
Let him have it. All right, Joey. First, what the heck were you thinking? No, just kidding. You,
But no,
you
seriously.
drove superb. Seriously, so seriously. Yeah. First off, I've been rooting for the 28 for quite a few seasons, and probably harder on your judging your driving than most drivers out there. And like I said before, when you weren't in the room, is that it's because I seen something out there with a 28 that I knew that once you put it together, that you'd be one to be recognized and a threat to the field. And tonight's race just kind of proved that, where you were running up front, you're doing great. One mistake, and you could have, with that pit stop, and it's only because of everybody else driving superbly tonight here and going green for so long that you were not able to get back and cycle there to get the finish here to possibly win the overall champion. But you did this season. You came back on fire. You gave the platinum drivers a run for their money, already, and you take home the gold championship here. So we want to recognize that first off, and obviously give us a rundown of your night and your season here for Core Xfinity.
Well,
Riley.
the rundown for tonight, I would say just the strategy to not play into our hands well at all. We were going to try a different strategy. We knew that the incident points were going to be a factor as well. And when I got that 4X early, we were going to try to stay out to at least lead a lap to get an extra point and then hopefully cycle back through. But that just sadly never happened, which was the case. And everyone I saw everybody pit, I was like, I'm not sure about this, but I wanted to put the trust in my guys and my crew that were with me tonight. So shout out to both Dan as spotter and Dan as my crew chief. They did a hell of a job to get me in the position to try to fight for the overall championship. Jack had a lot of great calls, and again, I wanted to put my trust in Dan. And a lot of people are probably going to be saying I should probably give Dan and whoever my crew chief is the boot. But if there's one thing that I've learned is that you stick with your guys and you stick with your team through diversity. So while tonight, cost us a championship, I'm going to continue to put forth my trust in my guys and in my crew who I continue to bring along because, again, you stay with your people and those who support you through diversity and the hardships. And that's how you build a good team and a good, just chance to go out and win. You believe in your guys and, they'll believe in you. And, these buckets fill buckets. So while tonight wasn't, a win for the overall championship, there still is the gold championship and the rest of the season to be proud of. Obviously disregarding Texas, of course, but, there was a lot of races that we ran where we were constantly up front in the top 10, top 5, up there fighting for wins. There were multiple races where I knew that we had the pace to go win, and tonight was, no exception. So I know that if the strategy played out well, we definitely would have had a chance to fight. And seeing how the results played out, I knew that we could have been the champion tonight. But again, just, tonight wasn't the night. Definitely get to celebrate my gold win because we essentially Matt Crafton the thing. But, that's something, I still want to be proud of. And again, just everybody who's supported me throughout the entire season, whether it be you guys up in the booth cheering, my crew calling the shots, or just my family and friends cheering me on and giving me support and, letting me go do this stuff. And, I'm also going to give a shout out to the guy driving right now, Adam, because I'm doing an interview from the inside of a freaking Toyota Tacoma. So, thank you, Adam, for letting me use the charger. I appreciate it.
Also, the word you're looking for is adversity, not diversity.
Adversity, yes. Thank you, Adam. So I had a wrong choice of words there.
Well, maybe English isn't as major.
Got a crew chief
Well,
just for the interview. All right.
Well, yeah, I know. So again, shout out to just everybody who's continued to support me. Just tonight wasn't the night. This one stung a lot, but the fact that we got the gold is what made it. I guess instead of just bitter, it's bittersweet. And again, it's a lot to be proud of this season. And with the new season coming up in about 2 weeks, I'm ready to go give it everything I've got for this, because there's a lot of tracks on that schedule that I know I can put up a really good fight at. So I'm looking forward to the next season and racing against a lot of these guys. I'm assuming that like Chris and Aaron are going to be back next season. So, if they are, then hopefully I'll continue to give them a run for their money yet again.
Yeah, don't let my giving you a hard time there a little bit, having a little fun. Put you down in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, I'm your biggest critic. I'm the one that kind of says, "What is he doing? Why did he do that?" But I'm also the guy that stands behind. Like if you were involved in something, and take the people that are out of the car and take the incident for what it was, to make sure things were dealt with properly. So the 28 is definitely a car to be recognized, not only by the Goldfield as the champion, but as a huge threat for them platinum drivers out there. So look forward to seeing you out there next season. Look forward to continue to root you on and continue to be successful here at iRacing. And give you some time for some final shout outs here on that number 28 before we let you go.
Well, of course, shout out to, again, I want to give a big shout out to my crew, both Jack and Dan. And, despite the strategy and the race not playing to how we are, they are a big helping hand in these races, because, without them, it's, I just feel like a chicken with its head, running around with its head cut off. So, big shout out to them, because, they're giving me a lot of good coaching advice, and they're letting me focus more on driving the car and then rather than if I need to take tires or how much fuel I need to take. I don't need to focus on that anymore, because that's all up to them, and I believe it's helped me improve my driving just immensely. And it's also given me a lot to learn about the strategies. So in case if I don't have anybody on the box with me, I could still go forth and do the best that I can. I mean, hell, I ran Talladega without anybody on my crew, and I still finished fourth. So I'd say that's something to say, and something that I could definitely take from them. So, it's like we're all learning from each other in that sense. And I'm just really proud of these guys. And, win or lose, these are my people. These are my guys that, they continue to back and support me, and I will continue to do the same for them. And I'd like to give a big shout out to, my dad as well. He's been cheering me on for a lot of these races. And I know at the 11th hour, I needed a table to set up my monitor for the sim. And he's like, "Hey, I got a camping table you can use." So, lo and behold, in the shed, there's a table I could use for the monitor, and that's what I raced on tonight. So, thank you, Dad, if you're still listening. That camping table, it didn't win us an overall, but it won us a gold championship. So, we'll drink to that. We'll break out the Crown Royal. And then, again, I'd like to say, shout out to all my friends and other loved ones who have been supporting me as well. And I'd love to give a shout out to a lot of my friends back at UNOH who are watching this. I know I had a group of friends. So to Kenzie, Red, Helena, and Kel, I know they were all watching from their dorm. Again, it was a tough race, but they've been tuning into a lot of my races so far. So if they ever rewatch this, or if any of them are hearing this right now, I'd like to give a thank you back to those folks in Ohio. I just left a few days ago to come back to Minnesota for summer break, so I definitely miss those guys for sure. And those guys back in Ohio have been really big supporters, and again, a big support to all my friends here in Minnesota. So shout out again to my driver Adam, friends Sophie and Layla, who were with me today watching the race live on the TV while I was running in the same house. So again, shout out to them, and of course shout out to you guys here at Core for bringing on the broadcast and making these events possible. And I know even though like you guys are like my big critics and like my biggest supporters, I'm still grateful for that because that's still a lot of flooring opportunities just able to get. So again, just rough critique from tonight, but that doesn't mean we're gonna slow down. We're gonna take this and we are going to win the championship next season. I am going to give everything for it, and nothing is going to stop me. Whether I have my guys on the box or not, I will continue to fight for the championship, regardless. As if I am a gold or platinum driver, nothing is going to change with that at all.
Well, if it's any consolation, just to get the word that you are actually the first half of 2026 King of Core Oval Points champion. So that should tell you everything that you need to know about the 28.
Well, I'll be, man, 28 to the top. Oh, and before I forget, I know Terry wanted me to give a shout out to somebody because that somebody was kind of convinced Terry to let me take the 28. So let me see who he was talking about really quick. So, let's see. I don't know. I can't remember her name exactly, so I do apologize, Terry. But I want to give a thank you to her on her behalf, and so I guess I'll just say thank you to Terry's friend. A shout out to them for allowing me to use the 28 and bring it up to the front because I know the 28 also brings significance to Terry and his other loved and cared for ones for sure. So Terry, if you still hear this as well, I'm sorry I forgot the name, but I just want to thank you both for allowing me to use a 28 and do the best I could with it this season, and I will do the best I can next season with it as well too.
We really appreciate all the information and the shout outs that you had there. And again, Joe, just celebrate this one. I'll be rooting for you out there and keep it going. Looking forward to seeing you on the final platform here one of these seasons here in the near future. So again, congratulations. Go celebrate with your friends and family, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I will say it'll be in victory lane.
All right,
have a good one.
You too,
Yes,
buddy.
sir.
That is your silver, or I'm saying it's silver. I'm so used to him still being in the silver, but this is your gold division champion, and maybe someday your platinum division champion, and your first half of 2026 oval King of Core. So a little consolation prize, if you want to call it that. I mean, it's for the whole first half of 2026. So that tells you the journey that the 28 has been on here so far this year, and gets himself the Gold Division Championship, and I believe gets him a podium overall as well. So congrats to Joey on that. That's going to do it for season number 8 here in the Core O'Reilly series. We'll see you coming up again in July for another season, most likely back in the O'Reilly cars. We'll see if the drivers decide that they want to do something else, but it's been so popular here for so many seasons. I don't see that changing here, and put on some great racing here once we got the rules hashed out for the season. So I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in once again here tonight. Once again, our next broadcast is going to be the Pit Road Speed Limit Racing Series tomorrow night, and then we will have the CRN Cup coming up on Sunday. So tune into both of those. But for myself and Jimmy from the absolutely beautiful Michigan International Speedway, we'll see you at the track.
Good evening, my people up in the chandeliers. The wine and dining, the menu is blood, sweat, and tears. Everybody ready, raining down confetti. Champions are born right now. Ain't about the glamour, click goes the hammer. Run when you hear that sound. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. handcuffs. I'm starving, leftovers ain't enough. Ain't about the royals, they do nothing for you. All you got is you right now. Who is gonna falter? Who is gonna conquer? Better never count me out. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. You know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. All believing, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears. World's gonna see it. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line every day, every day. Gotta make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line every day, every day. Gotta make it to the finish line.